schedule, and I think the ball could bounce our way in some of these games. Something about that. He said something. Any given Sunday? Nah, it's not any good. You don't need to see it. Yeah, it's okay. I remember watching it when I was younger. It's like, oh, okay, it's Willie Beeman. It's like, what is it? It's Martin Scorsese, right? Is it Oliver Stone? I know it's one of those guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't remember that. That's the game. That's the name he likes. Tug. Oh, Tugger. Oh, Man. Yes. No, I'm watching the Knicks get beat unmercifully. No. Hmm. Okay. I didn't watch any of those videos. I usually don't, unless something one comes along that is that great. I think that some of them have been doing. Was it the Chargers have been doing animes? Yeah, yeah. So, oh, some people say it's the quarterback. I think some people it's me. I think I think some people say it's me. It's me. No, yep, the streets say. That Herbert's causing the Chargers to lose. Man, I make that. I haven't been proven wrong. Okay. And that hasn't been them. I said so. Well, yeah. Before him it was Philip Rivers too. I think he just merged with Philip Rivers. It's a Chargers thing, but Herbert's a loser too. So it's not me. But you're not as bad as Trevor Lawrence. Trevor, I know you're listening. Oh. He's like, why am I catching strays? Y'all weren't even talking about the Jags. Mhm. It wasn't a very good Duval. Duval. They've never screamed it like that. I'll tell you that. Hmm. Duval. just, mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, they're gonna be bad. That Duval said all I needed to know. Like, he can't, there's no way that man can command men to get men to, go, to compete and run through a wall for him. There's no way with that boy. Let's go. Time out. Just as they calls on the field. Hmm. Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Wait, I'd like to start with the over and under that Vegas has on team wins for both the Giants and uh over I'll win. Oh, I know the Giants is more than what they did last year. It's more than they had last year. All right, let's see. Betting season, total projections for all teams. All right, so alphabetically, your team would come before mine. Wait, they didn't do alphabetically. Never mind. They did wins. Your team will probably still come before mine as well. They have the Bears at 8.5 wins. I thought we got to five, but we might be at four. I'm at six, five, five. We're still down 5.5 wins. 3 wins off, 3 wins off of yours. So I think they're crazy. So you want me to go first? I can go first because I oh definitely. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Yes. Win. Yeah, last year we played both teams. We played teams. Both games. They were tight games. They were close games. Giants just didn't have enough to win. I think we got a little bit more than we had last year. I think we can pull those out. Our defense is going to be better. We've also seen what's the name for his second year, so we'll have more tape on him. I'm going to go Giants win. Hmm. Hmm. Uh, Giants win. Giants win. Cowboys have zero defense. I don't think they do, but man, that guy Dak Prescott beats us unmercifully every time most of the time we play him. But I still think we can pull it out. I don't think they have they don't think they have the defensive weapons to get to us. I think we'll be better. I think I'm saying win that's a win. Oh fuck yeah. Week two? We've already won one game because the Commanders is a win. They don't want to combine it to Sharp, and I don't even know where the H comes from. And New York, the Chiefs is. If you're gonna catch the Chiefs, you're gonna catch them early, right? Uh, but re- yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this one. This is the one game of the four that I had that was a loss. So, mhm. Yep, coming across the country to play the bummy Chargers. We win. We win. You see Herbert suck like he's never sucked before. Giants win. Of course you do. You're a fan of old Herbert. Where's the logic? Where are they better than us at? In this world of logic, where are they better than us? They have where? How? How do they? Do they? Okay. Yes. No, no. Who's their running back? He's he didn't have a better year. Amari Hampton's a rookie. Amari Hampton's a rookie, and Najee Harris did not have a better year than Tyrone Tracy did in his rookie year. And we got Scatterable. If you want to bring, if you, I'm saying, no, I'm saying we can't go off of his numbers because he didn't have numbers. I'm going off of Najee Harris number. What about Scatterable? Scatterable was better than him in college. And we have him. If you want to go with our secondary running back, Scatterable was a better running back than him in college. Okay, that one's arguable. Quarterback, offensive line, I give you. Running back, I do not believe it. Najee Harris hasn't been good in so many years. It's not even funny. They don't have us in wide receiver. Who's their number two? That's good. Uh, who's their number one? Quentin Jack Quentin? I take our number two over here. Their number one. I'll take Darius Slayton. I'm just saying. You said you was good at using logic. I'm just saying we are. No, I'm saying we did get better. We have gotten better as a team. I'm just saying, and one of these games this year is going to be against the Chargers. Like all I said was, you said you used logic. I we're gonna have 10 by the time I'm done. Easy dub. We don't even have a quarterback yet. We don't even know who their quarterback is. As short week, we come back home. I don't like this for us. This is my second loss. Mm-hmm. To Denver. We win. Okay, so this is when the Giants go on their run that no one sees coming, right? They started. That's not that. That wasn't the run because it was two wins, then a loss, and then two more wins, right? But this right here starts the run, right? The run. We beat the Eagles. Yep. 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 Not the Eagles one, right? Then we go to Chicago. We tear Chicago up. We definitely win that one. Maybe you would. We beat them. And then the streak ends right there. We lose to Detroit. Win is on Monday Night Football. That's about it. Yep. Wow. Okay. We can only get healthier. Win. We're winning two against the Commanders this year. Yes. I think we beat the Vikings. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's a win. Mm-hmm. By that time, we've already clinched our playoff spot. We may. We've already clinched our playoff spot. The Cowboys aren't in. They get that one. Listen, I'm just saying that we're not resting them at the beginning of the game, but by the time second half is on, they're not on the field. I don't even know how many games I gave my team, but it had to be like 10. Uh-huh. Makes sense. Whew, that's a good schedule. That's a good team. That's a good team right there. Of course. First of all, if I was just being like, take the fan out of it, right? I think we're a better team than the Saints. I think we're a better team than the Patriots. I think we're a better team than the Vikings. I think we're a better team than the Raiders. That's 4 wins right there, right? But so have we. That's true. Mhm. Both teams got a new head coach. Patriots got one too. Oh, one, we know you're wrong because the Giants are going to beat the Bears. So that was a big wrong. Hmm. Mm. At home versus the Vikings should be a win. Loss. Hmm. He's gonna realize how dysfunctional and why he should have stayed as a coach. That's it's known as the regret game, is what that game will be known. They will lose 66-0, and it'll be known as the regret game. Man, I should have stayed. Hmm. Mm. That's Eberflus's return. Eberflus gets a win. The Flus goes loose. That's a Cowboys win. uh Raiders have Pete Carroll. You see, now I'm thinking of teams. I didn't even think, forgot Pete Carroll was on it when my team was going against the Raiders. So they've been bad. Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. Oh, that's a Raiders win for the Bears. But we beat them. Y'all don't get to beat them. Mhm. You have a buy early? Wow, that's really early. Coming off of a buy, y'all need to have this win. Yeah, I know, but that's the part that makes it weird. It's was it even Flus, or was he wasn't firefighting? No, he gave up the help. Yeah, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all only played them one time and it's in Washington. All right, I'm going Commanders. Y'all get that one. Hmm. That's not a win. That's a win. I don't think you're being that realistic. Because watch this one. Giants versus the Bears. Who you got? Unrealistic. See, clearly your last statement was just gonna be realistic. And then I'm taking the Bengals. Y'all play both those games away. That's tough. I just don't think the Vikings are gonna be that good. But I said that last year. I said that last year. Sam Garn, we didn't know. We still don't know what JJ McCarthy is. If JJ McCarthy is the guy. Yeah. Wow. What'd they pick up? Oh, they haven't traded for him yet. uh, I think it's probably a Bears win. That's a loss. Is Mike Tomlin coaching? It's 10 wins, and I don't think that's one of those 10. I don't think that's one of those losses. Yeah, they lose that one. Mm. He didn't play the first game, did y'all? Didn't y'all play two games last year? Y'all beat him twice. Y'all swept. Oh, you said, oh, going to Green Bay where he has the loss. I thought you were talking about the team. I was like, I think he did lose to them. I see. Yeah, but this time they won't win. This time. Did Malik Willis play in one of those games since he got Love got injured? Yeah, y'all lose to the Packers this one. Then y'all beat the Browns. Then you lose. I'm not pick. Oh man, I don't know how good the 49ers are going to be. But y'all are going all the way. Yeah, I was about to say 49ers. So yeah, I'm because y'all are going to California. I picked the Giants against 49ers because they're coming to New York. So this is the revenge of the regret game, the regret game. And it's called regret twice, where he's now like, oh, I really should. No. Mhm. But that one is like, I mean, wait. So did I? Yes. Okay. I don't. Yes. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. I'm trying. I'm trying to figure out where I can give y'all more because I don't think y'all are a 4-win team. The but I don't think y'all beat the Lions either game. That's legit. I I understand until, but I think the Lions are the best team in that division still. So I don't think y'all that close. I know y'all got. I think I know they lost both their DC and their OC, but I don't think y'all are that close. Like I said, I don't want to give y'all that. I think y'all can beat now. I'm going this. Y'all can beat the Vikings both games. I don't think they're. I see this one. See, so but listen, they're going to lose to the Giants. The Packers, I think they'll lose to. Listen. Now I'm trying to figure out where I can give. I give y'all the Cowboys because I don't really want to root for the Cowboys, so we'll throw that. Y'all get the Cowboys game at home. No, I have to because I don't think you're a 4-13 team. But I'm looking at the schedule. It doesn't look good. It doesn't- yes. Yes. Correct. 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 I think this is correct. I think I, I think this is correct. That Ravens Bears, that I mean Ravens and Bengals. I think the Commanders beat you. I really do think yeah, no, no, no. I'm right. Yeah, 4 wins. Y'all got 4 wins. How many did you give your team? I bet I'm closer than you are. I bet I'm closer than you are. I'm not sure. But because if y'all win six, I win. Eight wins is a split. 9 games is you. Hmm. Yes, it is. I don't know. I don't know. I think I. Hmm. We're gonna have to watch that before then. Oh, okay. Here's what? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you said. Because that's how you know it's really Brett Favre. He just, oh, that's just Brett walking with his wing at. uh, torching the Bears like that though. Man, it's the way too early review. Like we haven't got to the preseason. I haven't seen anyone. We'll do this again closer. Teams will be injured. Watch, you'll see. Players will be injured. The Giants are going to win 13 games. 13. That sounded weird saying it, right? So yeah, because we beat the Commanders twice, and we beat the Cowboys once, and we beat the Eagles once. We went 4-2 in the division, which is very good. Yes, I do. I do. The Chiefs and the Raiders, because in my head they didn't have Geno Smith and and what's the name is the coach Pete Carroll. They didn't have. Yeah, they won't be playing or coaching in our game. In your game, they will still be. No one. We just straight up beat them. They can have the head coach and quarterback. Listen, listen. I believe our defense is going to be phenomenal. Phenomenal. The defensive rookie of the year will be Abdul Carter. Offensive player of the year is Malik Neighbors. Right? Uh, most improved. No, no. I'm trying to think. Because if I say anything Jackson Dart, that we're not doing good. So that means we're not doing too hot. I think that's about it. Coach of the year, coach, coach of the year is 3 and 4. Brian 13 and 14 for Brian Dable, coach of the year, coach of the year. Exactly. Um, oh man, we send at least 4 people to the Pro Bowl. Uh, yeah, it depends on how the offensive line produces. You know, yeah, and yeah, they did. So that would be Andrew Thomas, Russell Wilson. I'm, I'm trying to think of the 6 people we can send. Uh, Neighbors, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence. Yep. And then if we're 13 and 4, often Russ has got to be cooking. And he's got to have his left tackle with the Andrew Thomas. Yeah, that makes sense. That actually sounds very feasible. I don't understand what we're just pencil it in. The pre the we play the games because what if they win those other 4? You know what I'm saying? If you pencil us in for 13, you shortchange us. You kind of shortchange us. You got to play that game. You got to play the game. I don't. Mhm. They can't say they didn't make the rules. They didn't make the rules. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's probably not a lot of them left. I don't know. I'm not being Morris, probably right. Uh-huh. Hmm. They are. Listen, I think they deserve it. They deserve it. listen. If you have a record as the only undefeated team, you want to keep that record. Nobody wants to see their record get broken. When it happens, I will be gracious. But if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna celebrate it too. Yeah. He never had to go that way. He didn't have to go there. But you better believe that if he was watching that Kobe 81 game, he's watching it like and now on social media, he would have popped champagne the minute the game was over at 81. I think you can be petty and dumb. I don't think I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, especially when they had to wait all the way to the last game of the season that one year. The Giants and they were chattering their teeth, biting their fingernails. You wish just so that they can't do that anymore. Well, listen, I'll tell you, the Giants will do it this year. When we go 20-0. Oh. Nope. Derrick Henry getting paid, got the extension. Hmm. Are you gonna buy them for me at the market value, or are you buying it from me at the because if you're not buying it at market value, I'm not selling you my tickets. I'm not giving them back to you because there's times where I can't. You people buy season tickets knowing they're only going to three of the games, and they're looking at making a profit off the games that they don't go to, right? So who's buying those tickets besides some fans are buying the tickets, but mostly it's going to be out of towners that looking to see their team go. Is who you're selling at maximum price for. So it sounds like a good plan, and it would work if your team was really bad. Like let's say when last year when Dak Prescott got injured and he was out for the season, they probably couldn't give away those some of those Cowboy tickets, right? Not at over market value. So those would be when you can sell those back to the team. But I don't see why they would do that. I don't even get paid for my tickets. I get a credit. What if I don't want season tickets next year? What if I've decided that because now y'all won't let me sell my tickets, I don't want to renew? Yeah, that's an option. It's a dumb option. Yeah, if that's the case, then maybe I would. There's a possibility of thinking about it, but yeah, I have a friend who has tickets to the season tickets to the Panthers. He's like, listen, if the Panthers are playing the Chiefs or the Cowboys, I know I can easily make X amount of dollars for this ticket, this game. Um, and that's what he does. He knows he's only going to one or two seat games. The rest he's gonna try to sell. Not a bad idea, especially when your team's not doing very well. Oh, it's about Madden? Oh, okay. It, so when Christian Bale was Al Davis, I assumed it was about Al Davis, right? He's just in Al Davis' story, you got to talk about John Madden. So he was a another character because I really don't want to see a whole movie of Nick Cage playing. If it was a couple scenes, maybe a whole movie. I literally thought it was Al Davis because the better actor is Christian Bale. Tough acting connected. That's splitting the defense. That's no, his football. It can't be. Is it enough to say talk about if the movie is John Madden? It's not. The things that have to be mentioned is his broadcasting career, which leads to his video game success, right? Like the two championships he won in Oakland is good, but how many movies are made after someone who just won two championships, right? Like that's this was the Don Shula movie, like about the 72 Dolphins. Mhm. Like Narnia? Oh, I thought it turned into a fantasy movie. That's what I thought you. He has to open it up and he sees it. Like, oh, just he just opens up a wardrobe. That's he was gonna put the ring down someplace, and he opens up a wardrobe, and it takes him to the magical world of boom. Just, mm-hmm. And yep, makes sense. I like the fact of the first 35 minutes being Oscar winning performances by everyone. Very grounded, very just like, wow, this is great. And then the whole audience go, what? Based on true events. when did Manny go to Narnia? It's in his memoirs. You just gotta read. I'm trying to think. It wasn't. It wasn't. I'm in this mode where I'm looking at free agents. The Giants signed. At one point in time, they were like, "Are the Giants going to retread Eli Apple?" Because the answer is no. It should be no. But they need some more depth at cornerback position. And then I read that they got an undrafted free agent that was graded third in Pro Football Focus and coverage, and he was undrafted. It was Travis Henry. Travis Hunter was number one. It was the DB from Texas was number two, and he was number three in like coverage. I'm like, well, if he was that good, how do you go undrafted? being that good. Apparently his measurables weren't great. They said he's really light in the pants. Light in the pants, but they didn't use that word, but they said he needs to get stronger on the NFL level, which means he's light in the pants. Man, the more they talk about it, like I've seen videos of them talking about how um T Higgins contract is so bad. Um he went from, because he was franchised, so he had 27 million guaranteed. So I think he's got 10 million guaranteed in this new extension. Like every it's like every he's got a $10 million roster bonus. I think it's like maybe 20 million or like something like that. But it's none of the like the guarantee money. He like yeah, like they have an out after next year. They have an out after next year. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they basically lowered their franchise amount by getting him, and they can still basically use the franchise and cut him after next year. Yeah, I saw that. That's what everyone keeps saying, that like it looks good on surface, but when people started looking into it, they was like, oh, this is what. So I, to me, it's like that's on your agent to help you figure that out. Mm-mm. Yeah, it's not very good, not very good. So that lets me know that, are you telling them that they screwed over the other guy, Hendricks? I'm like, it seems like that's par for the course for them right now. Yeah. Oh. Mhm. No. Yeah. The team that would pay him the most is the team he's currently on. He has the most value on that team, I think. And if they're not showing the value, it's not good looking good for him on the open market. Like you said, that the contract that you said is the kind of contract he would get, a 2 year, a 2 year deal. Hmm. Yeah. But if he doesn't play, that hurts them. They, and they don't have great defense. They're not a very good defensive team. No, they're not very good on the back end. They had Eli Apple, didn't they? See, but if you've only got one guy doing that, right? Like he can be the best in the world at doing it, right? That's still only one sack a game and three hurries. You're still not gonna beat it. You're still not gonna beat it. It's but out of what 30 dropbacks, he's really only pressured four times. If four, like you would hope, like you need help from other guys. And if yeah, if they're but if he's not getting it, he would if he was only hurried four times, sacked three. Let's say he was sacked once and hurried three times in that game. There's not a quarterback that a good quarterback's going to beat that every time. Like that's if your quarterback is only hurried three times and sacked once in a game, no one cares. Big- mm. They're bottom 20 for most defensive stats, maybe worse in a lot of areas. Third down defense, they average 42%. That's what I mean. Like, that's not saying much. Yeah, 25th, 25th in sacks. Yes, they did. It was the first time that's ever happened. Yeah, those deals seem to work themselves out. Yeah. Well, this is well, no, this is the time to be vocal because OTAs are coming up in a couple weeks. So you're basically telling them, I'm not showing up to OTAs. You ain't gonna see me at mini camp. You ain't gonna see me. You're not seeing me until I get a contract. And like I said, all the team or organized team activity is gonna start in another week or two. Go with mini camp being in June. So this is the time to let it be known. You won't be seeing me there. That's, mm, that's a good amount. It's a good amount. It's not a lot, but you especially for an elite pass rusher, it's a little bit low, but it's still well, it's low for the top end, but I think it's middle, it's still upper middle for a defensive end. Okay. But that's 16 mil now, you know what I'm saying? So when he got the contract, 16 mil would have been probably higher than the average salary because I don't think that guy set reset and market the guy that you got. But just he's a beneficiary of the market being higher than it was a couple years ago. Okay, 32 teams, defensive ends in a team. That's like yeah, he's still above the above average. Right. Well, that's just one year. I mean, if that's your best year? Like 16 mil. Like what was his career? Hendrickson. Yep, Bengals. Yeah, 17 and a half last year. See all. 8, 14, 13 and a half. Mm, that's good. I take it his contract came in 2021 when went to the Cincinnati Bengals. So since he's been a Bengal, 14, 8. Yeah. That of course you he took it when he had struck when the iron was high, had his best year. He was what how old was he? About 20 something, around 25. Got a decent contract, and he's definitely outplayed his contract, I think. See, but but I can't pay you what you want. Like, like that's the thing. I bet they want to pay him. There's no way they can pay him what he wants. Not paying Joe Burrow, um, and Jamar Chase what they're paying them. He's gonna want to get paid like one of the highest defensive ends in the game. They can't. They can't. They can't. They yeah, no, that yeah. 4 years. It was only 16 million guaranteed. Wow. They he wow. I don't blame him. He's outplayed that contract last year. Yes. 14, 8, 17 and a half. At 17 and a half last year, I would have said I'm not playing my last year of this contract. That's when he should have sat out. Oh, 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 oh. Yep. More solo tackles, two forced fumbles, six pass deflections. It's a great season. And he wants to get paid like them. And they can't, and you should. They can't. They can't. They can't afford him. But I think it's messed up for them to do that. Man. Yeah, 35, 35. He can play to 35. But it's a problem with that is they know, and I don't they those last 2 years of those contracts, he may not be producing at the level worth the contract anymore. You don't want a friend, but you don't want to franchise a defensive end right now. After Miles Garrett and what's his name got paid, he's gonna make 30 something million in a year. Mm-hmm. It's more than the guaranteed money that was on his whole original contract. And that's a cap hit immediately. Right? Right? So they probably don't want to they don't want to just let him walk, but franchising him may not be the move. Unless you literally just tell T Higgins to kick rocks. Original. Yeah, they couldn't cut him. You couldn't cut that production. Mm-hmm. Yeah. TJ Watt is someone I franchise. Right? Like I'd franchise TJ Watt because I'm gonna pay him that money anyway. Like that he's gonna get that money. But mm, that's the part is the I may not even want money anymore. I want to be traded. I don't want to be part of the Bengals anymore. That would be where I'm at right now. You we had a chance to talk, and last time I did this in good faith that you guys were going had the best season of Mhm. Because the Kansas City decided to lay down and not let him in. Yeah, not much. Not much. Well, then trade me. Like, give me a fourth round. Give me a fourth round, and I'm going to have to work out a deal. But the problem is, though, the money he's going to want, nobody's going to want to pay him because of his age. Yeah. Hmm. It is when you've been getting destroyed for 8, 9 years. Your body has taken a toll. And his early in his career, he didn't play a bunch of games. It was 12, 5, 13, 15. I mean, yeah. He played half the year mostly. And and then but the thing is, with the Bengals, he's been amazing. And you would and he should have just oh man, it's just unfortunate. Like 2023, after that year, he should have just sat out. But he didn't play hardball. He didn't play hard enough. Should have said, no, I'm not. I'm sitting out until I get a contract. Hmm. And he's just 30 though. Like he turns but he turns 31 this year. You got 3 years left in him. Maybe, yeah, at least. Yeah, but he's not going at this level. And if you pay him for 2023 might be an outlier. Like that was his best year ever, sack wise. Like for Khalil Mack. 17, he's at 6, 7. Last year was 6, then it was 17, 8, 6, 9, 8, 12, 10, 11, 15, 4. Like that's like his best numbers ever. He is a monster. He is a monster. And that 17 was with Joey Bosa too. So that definitely helps inflate the numbers a little bit. It's good. It's good. But Oh, yeah, multiple teams. That's what I'm saying. That's very when he's playing with nobody though. Hendrickson is. If you can give him another person, well, first of all, your defense might be pretty good. Who who the Bengals get this year in the I don't be paying attention to teams. It's not mine. NFL draft. Yeah. Joseph Osai, defensive end. So they got in free agency. Oh, did they re-signed BJ Hill? Signed a 33 million collar contract, 16 mil guaranteed. Mm. How many people did they lose? Because this thing is saying that they re-signed BJ Hill because they lost two other people in defense, and they may lose Trey Hendrickson, is what it's saying. Have to. Did they get any help on in the draft? Bengals edge rusher. They did the first pick was edge. Oh, they went defense heavy. Not heavy. Yeah. But yeah, no, there's not much going on in football. It's basketball time. So they officially lost. 102 to 127. So that's their second game that they've lost by 25 points. So it goes back except for the last game 4, they were only down 14. Yeah. So next game goes back to back home. They gotta win that one. Have to. Um, so yeah, you don't want to go game 7. Oh, mm-hmm. 28 years old, I think they said he is. So still fairly young, but I saw somebody go over the stats of like people who tear their Achilles, and they said 1 out of 5 people, was it 1 out of 5? It was like 25% come back. I forget what it was, but it was something like 1 out of 5 go back or close to the numbers that they had. But of the people who even come back, 3 of them, like the numbers get less. Few they leave. They're not in the league after 3 years. So even after they fight to get back, it's just their bodies just in 3 years after that. Durant tore his Achilles. Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles. Um, Durant quite hasn't been the same since. Yeah, yes, they're heavy. They're the heavy focus with that. So, but yeah, and the thing about it is all those I think happened in the playoffs. No, no, Kobe's didn't happen in the playoffs, but Durant's did. Mm-hmm. Yep. And every one of the injuries look exactly the same. They want to run and they take a step back to like push off, pop. They all looked exactly the same. Yep. So, but the other news we gonna talk about the one I was gonna talk about was Derek Carr retiring. I was talking about Derek Carr retiring. Hmm. Yeah. Shoulder. Just didn't want to either didn't feel comfortable going through with the surgery. At first they were like he didn't need surgery. It was a lot. It was did they know? Do you think they knew before the draft? Yeah, that schloff. Yeah. I like their car. Really did much in the playoffs either. Yeah, but he had Devontae Adams there for a little bit. That was the best target, right? It was just a was that his third place MVP year? Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, it's the Raiders. He's better than David Carr's better than his brother. Yeah, I didn't quite understand the hate, but I didn't watch him play. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people watch somebody play and they like, what did you do that for? And then the hate comes from them. But maybe I was still looking at him, viewing him through the Raiders glasses where I thought it wasn't bad. Hmm. Yeah, it's a good career. It's a good career. Yeah. I bet Dan Orlovsky wish he had a Derek Carr career. Hmm. Ryan Leaf wishes he had a like. There's a lot of quarterbacks that just didn't do great. Hmm. Oh yeah. What was else? Yeah, I've heard some people say that they don't think that Arch is even coming out this year. So yeah, so it just depends on I guess his season. If Texas wins the national championship, then he probably comes out, right? Then he probably comes out. If they don't, he might stay another year. Like somebody was saying, those Mannings, they don't leave college early. They just so that's I guess that's what somebody was saying. But that's one thing we we didn't talk about it. I've mentioned it on our other chats like multiple times. Tanking, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it, and I think it came from we was talking about the NBA draft lottery that just happened and how the NBA handles tanking. And then I started thinking everybody has an anti-tank rule except for the NFL. They almost encourage tanking, but don't say tanking because then they'll fine you. But they do. I think that one's one of the harshest ones out there. Because in unlike those other sports, one guy is not going to change your franchise. Like even in football, it's rare that one guy can do it, but if that one guy's a quarterback, he can. There is not a position on the field in baseball that's going to change your franchise overnight. Just Exactly. They might. Well, some people just only play like a few games in the minors and then they come back up. But it's so to just have a rule that tells you if you stink for so long, you can no longer draft in the top 10 is probably the harshest thing because you you got to give those guys time to develop. It's not like I'm bringing all my draft picks up immediately. Yeah, that's happening to the Rockies right now as well. The Rockies are going, and I think I'm like, there's not many players that would have made those teams any better. Oh, mhm. Mhm. It's it. But yet I think they have the toughest rule. Then basketball's rule, they've had the lottery since 85 and then lottery itself was put in place to kind of try to prevent tanking. But even recently, as in 2019, they changed a lot of rules. Before, the person who had the last was the worst team had the best chances of getting the number one pick. Now it's even. So you don't even being the worst team in the league, you don't get the best chance. You number one and number two is even. No. It goes, it's a like so the worst team and the second to worst team have the exact same chances of getting the number one pick. And then it goes down like that. It's like almost like a tier system. But it used to be if you're the worst team, you had a 25% chance of getting it. I think now you get like a 16 and a half. Both teams have like a 16% chance, something like that. But that's how it works now. So they even changed that. Whereas, yeah, the Mavericks. It's, no, this one is almost a not. It can't screw up, but but football, on the other hand, has no anti-tanking, and we all like teams start tanking after like week 10. Like it happens so early. Panthers, but let's check this out. Who used to be in that list is Washington. They they you hit one guy sometimes is all it takes. It only Jets is another team that have had a bunch of picks. But because the one like literally if you're not getting hit on that quarterback position, if you don't have it, then you run into problems, right? Because before they still not very good. Mhm. Instantly, overnight. Yes. He becomes, if he's good, he's immediately in your starting lineup. He's a top five player. He's probably an all-star. And now your team went from not being a playoff team to a first round playoff team. And now you're trying to find talent to match his skill set instantly. It's steep. It's you, you can find some gems. Mhm. Jalen Brunson's the same way on the Knicks. The, but it's the same way I think in a lot of leagues now. But yes, the talent fall off is drastic in NBA, and I don't know if unlike some the combine and other things that I don't know if they evaluate talent properly on the NBA level. Like, like it feels weird. Like oh that guy's not can't miss. They miss a lot. They miss a whole lot. Like Wiggins and before Ant-Man, there was another guy who went, why can't I think of his name? Because he's not even in the league anymore, who got picked over number one. And it's just like, why? Such like just until something Winston, I think was his name just not good. Just don't have really good careers. And people pick them number one, number three, like all over these places. And I don't know if it's talent. I don't know if they evaluate talent properly. I watched the combine yesterday. They was doing a vertical leap. This guy looked bad. Like there's a video of him 24 inches. I get it. He may, but I don't know. I just don't know if the skills translate watching the combine in the NBA than they do. Christian Layden too. Yep. Hmm. But it's not even really about the NBA. It's like with the NFL, guys can't come out till their junior year, right? You can't come out. So we've seen you play for 3 years. Solid. We got game tape on you. We can evaluate. In the NBA, these guys are playing 1 year and they're having a good year and they're trying to be drafted in the top five. You can't evaluate someone in 1 year. No, no. Maybe the right 18-year-olds might not. If you let a running back after 1 year of college get in the NFL where he can prolong his career and play longer, I think a running back translates to the NFL better than any other position in the league. And I think so Maurice Claret, had he come out after he won his freshman year, I think he would have been NFL ready body wise. I just think that's one of the one positions that if they want, because I'm gonna be honest with you, what else are they really learning in that position? Give me the ball, let me run. It's more instinctual than it probably is. Yeah. Hmm. I bet Derrick Henry was NFL strong at 19. He would have been at Alabama. See, like I said, I keep saying that because I don't think you could play the position. I don't think you do it at quarterback. I don't think you do it at wide receiver. You're still growing into your body. Um, Defensive end and stuff like offensive line. The difference between an offensive lineman who spent 4 years in a program versus a guy who was only there 4 years, it's just night and day. But I just like I said, I think the only position you possibly could do that with is running back. That's kick. Yeah, physical. You don't have the physical aspect, but if you can kick, you can kick. Exactly. So yeah, and then make poor decisions with your money and be out of it broke by 25, right? Because you're definitely too young. But yeah, we can end this on my hate for the MLB and Pete Rose. Um, Yeah, I think it's dumb. I'm really upset that they did this, right? It feels like a spit in the face of a man who, yeah, he might have bet on games, and recent and said better games he played on, but the man did so much for your sport. Like I saw an interview today, he's the most winningest player of all times. Like he said that you if a if a player came in right now and played 19 seasons and they were won 100 games in 19 seasons, they'd still be 77 games short of my record. I said, "What? What?" It's insane. And I've always been a Pete Rose fan. I like Pete Rose. I always thought that he got the raw deal on things. I understand, great player. Probably well, he got a gambling problem. Did he have a carnival situation? Oh, see, I didn't know those things. The people who know say it immediately. Maybe, yeah, definitely. Yes, yes. Character's not what you're doing, right? So his whole thing is not about the character. They don't really care about the character. They care about breaking the rules and the fact that you bet on baseball and things like that, right? So if that's your thing, then never let him in. Never let him in, right? Never let him in. It's a lifetime ban. But if your real thing is that the fact that he bet on baseball is why we're not going to let him in, because Shoeless Joe Jackson has been dead for 50, 60, 70 years. They didn't overturn his lifetime ban just because he died. But yeah, mhm. But the mm. Well, at one point in time, I would say that the sports writer made a lot of this sport, right? We're talking 40s, 50s, 60s. I'm not maybe the 70s, right? Maybe. But past that, you, you didn't do as much for the game as those players did for the game. Like there's no the players make the game. And I don't like that they feel that they're entitled to do that. And it hurts people. Like it's hurting people. He was a nice guy to me. Yeah, or he was a jerk. Yes. Look at his numbers and realize that yep. That's what I thought. I don't like the long dead thing, right? Like, and this is what pisses me off because it's not the fact that Pete Rose died, because Shoeless Joe shows us that they can hold a grudge for forever. The what pisses me off is that all the sports leagues are in bed with gambling now, with sports betting. So now you can't be in bed with sports betting, and when some of your best players are out of it for sports betting. If you really had morals, you would. You would really keep them out there. Mm-hmm. And then say they'll tell their players they you probably shouldn't, don't bet on these games. Don't bet on any game. You can't bet on them because you'll get a lifetime ban. You should not. But I don't even care if you're betting on your sport. If you're betting on your game, that's when I have a problem. If you can't affect the outcome of the game, you should be able to bet on it. But that's sports writers don't have a problem. They could bet on the games. Uh, like anyone with inside information. Yeah. Oh, such as in playing. I already know this. They can put money on the game. They not. Hmm. Hmm. A lot, tons. It's not even. They said it's the biggest. It's worse than like the drug epidemic is what is costing people. I've seen people talking about I'm $80,000 in the hole from sports gambling. Like, and then people like you can't get out of it, right? Like, eh, yep. Hmm. And it's not cash. It's I don't get into sports gambling. I like gambling. I just can't do sports. I just But even when I go to Vegas, I don't go to the sports book and put any money down on anything. The Super Bowl. Is it forever? Is it forever? Is it? Uh, Probably not. Right. Mm. I hope he gets in. Hope he gets in. I don't know if he can. I don't know if he will either. It's so stupid. It's just so dumb. It's, he can't have. He's got to go in, right? He's got to. Yeah. Well, don't I don't I think with bonds in them, I don't think they'll get it in their lifetime. Like, because NFL sport, they have not banned them, right? Unlike Pete. Pete always had to go through. Pete's always said, just unban me and let the vote. If the writers want to put me in, let them put me in. But please let me just be eligible. And they wouldn't do it. It's like, that's all he cared about. Just let me plead my case. I apologize. I said he thought that if when he told them that he gambled on bet on games that they would let him in. Not let him in, but at least unban him. And when they didn't, I felt bad for him. No, mhm. Yeah. Well, his name will be up there, and so and he'll actually at least get to see. He's not going to get 0% of the vote, right? 50 to keep, or is it the first time? I think he'll get it. I think he can get 25% because there's going to be the hardliners that say no, but there's going to be some people. I don't believe every one of the writers are jerks like that. Oh no, not that guy. You mean the one that was also in the locker rooms when the uppers was going on there when when everyone knew that who was taking steroids and no one was reporting on it, when everyone was being silent, those guys? Okay. Mm, okay. So then why do not have relationships? But why not have bonds in them they literally shunned Jose Canseco for saying that everyone was doing drugs. He was telling on everybody, and those same writers basically made him a pariah. So, so I don't want to hear the pure guardians of the game when you guys you're not just complicit in it. They were part of it. They're part of all of this. Yes, all of them did. And then they all wanted to write 35 different books after the fact that when people started getting caught. So exactly. So yeah, I think yeah.
Recording stopped.